move on to the next episode I want to talk about. And I think this is going to be the only Deep Space Nine episode. And we mentioned it earlier. This is about the character Vic Fontaine. And man, I can't remember the episode name. I had everything up, of course, and now I can't find it. But essentially, in the episode, this is, I think, the 6th season of Deep Space Nine. And in this episode, it sort of comes out that, like, the character Odo has had this long crush on the first officer, Major Kira. And it's fun because when Vic Fontaine meets the crew, he sees right away that Odo and Kira have a thing, and Odo's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
No one knows.
Just so if you've never seen Deep Space Nine, the character Odo is a shapeshifter. He is like kind of the odd man out. And he also is trying to mimic humanity. And he has this very gruff exterior. But in this episode, Vic Fontaine, the AI hologram, brings his humanity out. And like we see a whole new version of Odo that can sing and dance and woo Kira. And it's really interesting.
He doesn't sing or dance. He plays the piano.
He plays the piano. I thought he does sing.
He plays the piano.
Excuse me. You're right. He plays the piano. Right.
As a musician, I would anticipate that you would understand that there is a certain magician quality of being a musician. Right? Where all of a sudden people who would have never seen you, you're just background. Oh, what's that? You're playing some music over there, huh?
Right. And so Vic Fontaine, the AI hologram, who is basically a character based on a 1960s crooner, and who is self-aware, he sees Odo has potential, but is trying to bring him out of his shell. And so he has him be his piano guy when he does his Vegas shows.
Piano.
Which is even funnier, right?
He's like, I don't know how to play piano. He's like, the piano does it. You just play along and you seem like someone who should be there.
And so basically he becomes his like kind of like wingman, right?
Guitar hero.
Yeah, sort of. And like to try to get Odo ready to get enough courage to ask out Major Kira. And then when it's funny because Vic, the AI thing, realizes that Odo's never going to do it. And so he sets up a situation where he tricks Major Kira and Odo into being on the holodeck at the same time. And Odo thinks that this is like a hologram Major Kira, and he doesn't know it's the real one. And Kira, of course, has no idea what's going on at all.
She's just meditating.
And like they both end up pissed at Vic.
But they get together.
But they do get together.
And Vic, so they get over it, and then they're happy about it.
And Vic successfully, this AI hologram, ends up being a successful matchmaker. It's really interesting. Like, it's sort of like, again, because he's based off of a crooner, like, it's a very, like, interesting version of what artificial intelligence could be.
It is. It is very interesting that it's kind of like a helpful sort of dating site.
Right.
That instead of just trying to get you to be engaged all the time, right?
Right.
For its data collection points. Instead, it's like, hey, let me do you a solid. I can see that we have some deficits here, and I can train you on that because I am an expert in understanding what the magic sauce is that can transform you from I'm a pining, like heartbroken puppy to no, I'm a powerful sex object that you're missing out on.
Yeah. I guess we're like 46 minutes in, so should we get to the next one, right?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah.
You're taking the lead, and I'm just here.
I did want to. So we'll see if we get time to the newest episode, the newer Star Treks. But I do definitely want to talk about this really interesting Voyager episode called "Living Witness." And in this episode, the holographic doctor, sort of becomes a Rip Van Winkler, where a version of his program that was saved in a part of the ship that appears 700 years later. where
at a museum of
in a
tolerance type
museum of
place.
tolerance type place where in their version of history, the Voyager crew is evil and meddled, and it resulted in this genocidal, horrible event um, between these two races of alien species on this planet. And they do kind of reconcile, but when the Doctor is like
into a caste
system,
in
right,
which one is considered
right,
superior and the other is considered sort of the slave
right,
class.
and like kind of the slave class sort of like has kind of molded their own whole identity over this version of history where the Voyager crew is bad and Captain Janeway is a despot and the Doctor is this evil doctor that tortures people. But of course, they wake the Doctor up
Like
and he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not, I was there. That's not how it happened at all. And so it's this really interesting meditation on history, like kind of being manipulated.
Well, and that is what history is absolutely like. History, I mean, I'm not even that old. I haven't even, I'm not even that old. And I have watched in my lifetime how they have tried to alter and erase and bury and change history. And then, we have all kinds of real world examples we will not talk about at all
Oh boy,
that
no, we
we
won't.
are all kind of experiencing right now in this moment as of, August 1st of 2025, where we're seeing these kinds of narratives sort of play out and try to change what has happened.
Right. And so, ironically, in the Doctor's effort to like defend himself and defend his crew, he ends up making the situation way worse. And to the point where he decides, because he's a doctor and his whole program is based on doing no harm, what's the matter?
Well, you missed the part where he reconstructed something that can show them.
I know, but I'm trying
happened.
to like move because we're getting towards the end. But like Honey is correct. So basically he tries to he does a whole hologram where he tries to defend himself and the crew. But in doing so, it ends up making the fractures of the society fray even more to the point where there's riots and then people destroy the museum. And in the end, the Doctor decides, well, it was better off that I never even woke up.
Yeah.
It was better off. It's better. Your society was better with this myth.
Yeah. You should just go and live your life.
Who am I to like interrupt this myth?
Make me the bad guy again. It was better because what he does is he ultimately kind of like exposes that caste system that they were living within, but they're not like as aware of. They don't really see it as the control tactic that it is until he like does what he does.
Yeah.
And then, all hell breaks loose. And his selflessness of, hey, just get rid of me again.
Right.
Because this is your real, actual lives. And I'm watching them end and, devolve into chaos. And this is not what my role or interest is.
Right. And you kind of can't see in the modern version of what they're telling us of AI, a computer ever willingly shutting itself off, So I also found that interesting.
Power is never given back once it's assumed.
Well, we're like pretty far in here.
Well, did you get everything you want to talk about?
I mean, most of it. I did want to I did plan originally on talking about like the newer version of Star Trek, which
we can do that
Lower Deck and Discoveries worried about our, little kids outside, because they've been playing video games for a while, but just real fast, I did want to just there in Discovery there is the episodes about Control, which is like in the Discovery show, the Starfleet version of the CIA named Section 31 ends up like having this computer that they lose control of, and it ends up turning on all of Starfleet and killing and impersonating admirals, which is really interesting.
Oh yeah, the deep fakes.
Yeah, and it creates deep fakes
to portray as like other high-ranking Starfleet officials,
right?
Even though they were killed 2 weeks ago when it took over that ship and destroyed it all.
Right, and that's
so it's like using its abilities to generate fake content that's convincing as a trap.
Right. And the end result is one of the characters. It's the episode we watched called Project Datus. It's from the second season, and it results in the death of the robot girl character, who gets essentially is hacked into by the AI and turns on the ship. And in the end, she has to sacrifice herself because she
is going to kill them all.
Is going to kill them all. She doesn't want to do that. These are her friends. She loves them.
I'd move up to Starfleet and kill them all.
So it's not going to stop.
She's going to infect it all.
And it's another like kind of example of an artificial intelligence and self-sacrifice.
Or even kind of an example of what happens when you get like a computer virus.
Exactly.
Right? And then that computer virus can't be contained, controlled, removed.
Yeah.
And that happens sometimes.
Cool. Yeah. Anyway, so now I was able to get us to the modern version of Star Trek. There are obviously countless other Star Trek episodes dealing with artificial intelligence and characters. That'll do it for now. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, please consider liking, subscribing, commenting. Let us know what you think. Let us know if there's any Star Trek fans out there that are a bigger fan than me. Please let me know if you disagree or if I got anything wrong. And thank you again if you're listening to us on Buy Me a Coffee. Please consider donating to the show. As we've said many times, my wife can't get enough caffeine.
Says my cold brew addict husband.
We both could use lots of coffee. But thank you you again for joining us. Live long and prosper. And until next time.
Does that
like this? You got it.
There we go.